Hi everyone, let's do Leetcode 49, group anagrams. So let's read the problem first. We're given an array of strings and we want to group all the anagrams together. So an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase. So if we look at an example here, we can see that ton is an anagram of nut. So as you can see, they have the same length and they have the same letters in each other. So we've got a T, we've got an A, and we've got an N. What we want to do is we want to group anagrams in a list, as you can see in the output example. So let's see how we can do this. So the first way to solve this is to use sorting to our advantage. So when we've got two words, so let's take an example again, tan and nut. If we sort these two words, this is the output. So if we have an anagram and we sort it, we are gonna have two sorted words which look exactly the same. So these two words up here are anagrams of each other. So this is the first way of doing it. And then what we can do is we can group similar words in the output list. So let's look at the time complexity. The time complexity for this solution is big O n log m. So where n is the number of input elements, so in this case these ones, and m is the average length of each of the input strings. We can do better than this. Another way to solve this problem is to count the frequency of each letter in each word. Let's take again as example these two words. If we count their frequency, this is what we get. It's 1A, 1N, 1T, and same here. So this on the right is the frequency of each letter of these two words. And as we can see, we have 1A, 1N, and 1T in both. So these two words, tan and nut, are anagrams of each other. How could we solve this using an algorithm? So we need a data structure to help us. We're going to use a hash map. We know that the inputs are going to be alphabet letters from A to Z, which are going to be 26 possible letters. And we want to count the frequency of each letter in each word. To do that, we can have a count array for each word, which is going to be composed of 26 ints. So 26 position. Each position in this count array is going to represent each alphabet letter. So this count is going to be composed of 26 elements. For example, let's see how the count array is going to look like for these two words. Let's create the count arrays for these two words. So we've got 1A. So each position is going to be representing each letter in the alphabet. So A is the first letter of the alphabet. That's why we're going to increase the first position by 1. Let's say N is somewhere here. We're going to increase 1 there. And let's say T is somewhere here. So we have created a count array for ton. Let's do the same for the second word. We've got an N. Let's say N is somewhere here. We've got an A, we want to increase A, and then we've got a T somewhere here. As we can see, these two count arrays are the same. We're going to take this count array and use it as key of the hash map, and the value is going to be the actual word. When we're going to calculate the count array of the second word, the count array is going to be the same as the one above, so it's going to map to the same key, and we will simply append this word to the value. And the value is going to be a list of strings, which in this case is going to contain tan and nut. The time complexity in this case is going to be big O of n times m, where n is the number of strings and m is the average length of each input string. Okay, let's write some code now. So the first thing we need is a hash map, and I'm just gonna declare a default dictionary. That's how it's called in Python. This is gonna avoid us edge cases later. So we want to iterate through each string in the input array. For this string now, we want to create a count list. So using this syntax, we can create a count list of 26 zeros. Now that we have the count list for this string, we want to go through each character in this word, and to find the right position to increase the count, we can do something like this. And we can just increase this by 1. So what this OR function does is it gets the ASCII value of the character and it subtracts it from the ASCII value of the letter A. So let's say C was A. In this case, this is what would be happening. The ASCII value of A is 97. So it would be doing 97 minus 97, which is 0. And it would be increasing the first position in this count array. Now that we have our count array, we can simply add string into our hash map. So in Python, you can't have a list as key, so we need to use this tuple function. And we're just going to append the word. At the end, we can just return the values of the hash map. Let's see if this works. As you can see, it does work. Please like and subscribe if you found this video useful. Thank you.